week. I mean, how do you explain the inconsistency? What was different today?
We just got to come out with more energy, stay more consistent. Coach Pruitt preached it in the locker room, just being able to sustain every single week like the great teams do, and we just didn't do that tonight.
Just to ask.
Daniel, any I guess thoughts on why some of the open field tackling today wasn't very good? Was it just Missouri making some plays, or y'all leaving some plays out there?
Both.
It looked like you guys started strong, got a couple of red zone stops, and it just kind of seemed like it was rolling downhill on you. Just something change second quarter when they started getting into a rhythm?
Yes, sir. Give credit to them. They had a really good scheme for us throughout the game, and we just got to do a better job of adjusting to the schemes they have for us. But they were a good team. They came out here and played harder than us tonight. But
what did change? You said they had some good schemes. What changed from kind of where you guys were stopping them early to where they were scoring touchdowns?
Just different plays they were running to our defense. Depending on the front we gave them, the runs they gave us, depending on that front. So they just did a really good job of changing their run plays, their calls, and
Did you feel like their tempo gave you guys some problems?
It did, and that's on us. That's on us. It shouldn't be Missouri giving us trouble. That was just a team issue right there, and I put that on myself right there.
Is that a calls and alignment deal, or is that just some guys getting gassed after X amount of plays in a row?
Just about everything. We just got to stay composed when they speed the defense up, and that's just about it.
You got Vandy now with a bowl bid on the line, obviously, the last couple of years. Just what's at stake next week, and how important is this game for you next week now with everything on the line?
It's an SEC game, and our pride's on the line. The parity, that's on the line every week. We just got to come out there, adjust from this week, go out there, go hard, play hard. That's just about it.
Daniel, how difficult were their RPOs to deal with, and had you seen anything like the way they run theirs?
Yeah, we've seen it, but like I said earlier, we go against good teams every single week, and they game plan us. We just got to do a better job of adjusting to the plays they give us.
Okay. Thanks, Daniel. Brian Johnson.
Brian, how do you explain that slow start offensively there, first few possessions in the first quarter?
Well, I think we weren't executing. We weren't picking things up. They have really good athletes, and they were throwing some blitzes at us, and we just weren't picking up. We weren't executing, and I think we need to go back and watch the film and just look at what we did wrong and try to improve that.
Is there anything that jumps out to you that you feel like was giving you guys issues, and why it was problematic to stop those blitzes?
You know what? I think it was just all around. It wasn't just one particular thing. It was just execution across the board. No particular position, no particular player. We got beat, and they played better than us tonight. They've got really good coaches. They've got really good players, and we just didn't raise the bar to their level tonight. And we just got to go back and look at the film and see what we did wrong there.
Ryan, is it frustrating to know? I mean, last week you maybe played your best game of the year, and you followed it up 7 days later. That clearly was not your best game of the year. Is it frustrating as a player to not be able to string them together?
We don't have consistency right now, and that's something that we need to work on. It's definitely frustrating to lose like this, but we got to focus on the next game. We got to focus on the next opponent, and we got to focus on Vanderbilt getting to a bowl game, and we got to focus on us. That's the most important thing. We've got to look at us and look at what we can do better. It's about us. It's not about the other opponent, and it's about what we can improve on and what we can do better.
How did that impact the offense? It seemed y'all kind of got some momentum there early when Keller was there. How did the quarterback change?
Well, Keller stepped up, next man up. We have faith in our quarterbacks. It didn't matter who was back there. We were going to protect them. We let him do his job, and we did ours.
Brian, I know everybody tweaks stuff every week, different things they do, different looks. Some of that stuff Mizzou was doing early. Is that stuff y'all had seen before, or was that some wrinkles that kind of caught you off guard?
Well, they threw a couple new things in there. They did a couple stuff that we were watching on film. Basically, what it all came down to and all boiled down to is we just didn't pick it up, and that's plain and simple. And we gotta do better at that. And we just got to go back and figure out what we did wrong on that.
How big of a swing was it at the end of the first half when you guys are driving your field goal range? It's a 9-point game. You had the interception, and they go down and score. How, I guess, demoralizing, or was it that leave the team kind of shell shocked going into halftime?
Well, I think the team at that point, we were still focused, still trying to do our job. There were definitely a lot of mistakes in this game, and not one position, but all across the board. And I think those are what caused us not to be able to execute tonight. But I think the team still stayed focused and still tried to keep going after that, after a lot of our mistakes.
Next week now, a bowl bid on the line for you. There might be a bowl bid on the line for Vanderbilt. Just everything at stake. Just how critical is that going to be for y'all next week for the program to get that?
It's extremely important. It's the next game though, and that's how we've been approaching all season. It's the next game. No game is different than any other game, and so we're going to approach this with the utmost importance and grind and practice and do our jobs and try to execute every play and take it one play at a time. Don't look ahead. Don't look back in the past.
What was your reaction to Jeremy stopping you guys at the ball walk and kind of delivering a message there in front of all the fans?
Coach Pruitt is a player's coach. He really is. He knows how to motivate us, and he really does care about us. And I think he brings a lot of energy to our team. He's got a lot of wisdom, and he's got a lot of years of coaching ability that brings a lot of knowledge to this football team. And I think that just brought a lot of fire to the football team, a lot of fire to the players, and it really was brought a lot of motivation.
Ryan, Coach Pruitt early in the year had mentioned that he wants more guys, more players to confront other guys and not just have that come from the coaches. When things go the way they did today, do you see that where players are holding other players accountable and confronting them?
Yes, sir, I think we do. I think we have players that are confronting other players, and we're just trying to get things fixed. We're trying to get things where we execute better, and I think we're going to go back and look at that, and I think everybody's going to hold each other accountable when we watch the film, and we'll turn on the film and see what happened.
One more for Ryan.
Brian, I know that y'all have tried to do that snap and clear thing before you go to the next play. You don't think about what happened before. But when you're an offensive lineman and your quarterback gets knocked out of the game, is that tough to kind of flush out of your system for a minute to think like, that's kind of a disappointment?
Well, as an offensive lineman, that's utmost pride is to protect our quarterback and our running back, and we never like letting up a sack or letting our quarterback get hit. That being said, snap and clear is definitely something that you have to live by as an offensive lineman, because you got to focus on the next play. What's happened in the past, you can't change. What's going to happen in the future, you don't know, so you have to focus on the present.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Brian.